Hello student, welcome back to my channel. Today I will solve question answer of this lesson. This lesson name is Light, Shadows and Reflection, chapter 13, Science book class 6. First of all, I will solve some question in book. Let's start. Now, multiple choice question. First, to observe an object we need answer आपका होगा both eyes and light. Second, light travels in a straight line. 3. Which of these is a luminous body? Answer आपका होगा sun. 4. Clear glass is transparent. 5. Object through which light does not pass is आंसर आपका होगा opaque. ओके फिर 6 क्वेश्चन है आपका विच ऑफ दिस इज ए ट्रांसलूसेंट ऑब्जेक्ट आंसर होगा मिल्की वाइट. क्या होगा अ मिल्की वाइट. उसके बाद है 7 क्वेश्चन विच ऑफ दिस इज एन ओपेक ऑब्जेक्ट आंसर आपका होगा फॉरेस्टेड ग्लास. फिर है 8 क्वेश्चन इमेज फॉर्म्ड ऑन द स्क्रीन ऑफ ए पिनहोल कैमरा इज inverted. 9. The shadow of an object gives us an idea about the answer आपका होगा shape of the object. 10th. The reflection in a plane mirror gives us an idea about the shape of the object. Fill in the blanks. Light is a form of energy. Second, light helps us in seeing object. Third, sun is the natural sources of light. 4. A lighted candle is a man-made source of light. 5. Rays of light radiating from sun are luminous radiation. 6. Eyes help us is viewing objects. उसके बाद है आपका 7. Luminous object emits light of its own. 8. Light does not pass through an opaque object. फिर आपका 9. Shadow is formed when a opaque object comes in the way of light. 10. Light travels in straight lines. आपका फिर 11 है source of light an opaque object and its shadow. All 3 are in a straight line. फिर आपका 12. Image formed on the screen of a pinhole camera is an real image. 13. Image formed in a mirror is a virtual image. 4. The bouncing back of light is called reflection of light. 15. Working of a pinhole camera is based on the principle that light travels in a straight line. फिर आपका नेम द फॉलोइंग इस जो आपका सेंटेंस दिया गया है उसमें आपको सेंटेंस पढ़ के आपको नेम लिखना है. ओके फिर है आपका फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैविंग लाइट ऑफ देयर ओन लुमिनियस ऑब्जेक्ट्स. क्या होगा लुमिनियस ऑब्जेक्ट. सेकेंड ऑब्जेक्ट्स विच डू नॉट हैव लाइट ऑफ देयर ओन आंसर होगा नन लुमिनियस ऑब्जेक्ट्स. 3. नन ऑफ द वार्म विच इमिट्स लाइट ग्लो वार्म. 4. नेम ऑफ द इंसेक्ट विच ब्लिंक लाइट आंसर होगा फायर फ्लाई. 5. A natural and primary sources of light on the earth आंसर आपका होगा sun. 6. A material through which light transparent material can pass आंसर होगा transparent material. 7. A material through which light does not pass आंसर आपका होगा opaque material. 8. A regions of absence of light surrounded by illuminated region आंसर आपका होगा शेडो. ओके उसके बाद है फिर आपका 9. एन ऑब्जेक्ट विथ सरफेस इन विच वी सी लिटरली इन्वर्टेड इमेज आंसर आपका होगा मिरर. 10. द ऑर्गन in our body which sense light eye. 11. An object through which we cannot see at all opaque object. 12. An object through which we may be able to see but not clearly translucent object. 13. An object through which we can see to the other side transparent object. 14. Path of light ray of light. 15. Light radiating from the sun आंसर आपका होगा सनलाइट. फिर आपका ट्रू एंड फॉल्स है डी. फर्स्ट सन इज द नेचुरल सोर्सेस ऑफ लाइट ऑन अर्थ. ट्रू. स्टार्स रिफ्लेक्ट लाइट फ्रॉम द सन. फॉल्स. 3. Both the sun and the stars are luminous bodies. True. 4. Moon is a luminous object. False. 5. Moonlight is the reflected sunlight from the moon. आपका होगा true. 6. Light itself is visible. True. 7. Image formed in a mirror is a real image. False. When we move away from the mirror while facing it, our image moves deep into the mirror. True. 9. I can see my dress in my shadow. False. 10. It is the scattering of light which brightens our rooms even when we are not getting direct sunlight in our room. ये आपका होगा true. 11. Shadow is colored when it falls on the tube full of colored water. False. E. List some. First, natural objects with light of their own. Sun, star, fireflies. Man-made source of light, candle, torch. 3. Transparent material, glass, clear water, air. 4. Opaque material, wood, stone, metal. 5. Translucent material, forested glass, butter paper. Complete the following. I will solve in notebook. F. Question number F. Complete the following. Shadow with the image in a pinhole camera. Shadow formed when a opaque object blocked the path of light, creating an area of darkness. Image in a pinhole camera formed when light from an object passes through a small hole, pin code, and projects and आपका inverted projects and inverted project and inverted real image onto a screen on film mirror. Inverted real image onto a screen on film. It shows details, color, and is a representation of the object. Second, image in the pinhole camera with the image in a mirror. Image in a pinhole camera, real inverted and can be projected into a screen. It is formed by the rectilinear propagation of light. Image in a mirror, virtual erect for plane mirrors and cannot be projected onto a screen. It is formed due to reflection of light. Third, luminous and illuminated object. Luminous objects that emit their own light. Example आपका होगा sun, electric bulb. Illuminated objects that do not emit their own light but reflect light from a luminous sources. Example moon, book. उसके बाद आपका है 4. At the last 4 question. Regular and irregular reflection. Regular reflection occurs when light rays strike a smooth polished surface and reflect in a single organized direction, forming a clear image. Irregular reflection आपका होगा occur when light rays strike a rough on uneven surface and reflect in various directions, scattering the light and not forming a clear image. Okay, student. After that, short type question and H long answer type question I will solve. Short type question. First, what are the two requests for viewing things. Answer light and eyes. What are luminous object? Answer आपका luminous object are objects that emit their own light. Third, what do you understand by luminous luminescence? Answer luminous is the emission of uh, mm, through from the substance that is not caused by high temperature. Fourth question, is mirror a transparent object and opaque object? Answer, a mirror is an opaque object. Five question, on what principle is the working of a pinhole camera based? Answer, a pinhole camera works on the principle of rectilinear propagation of light. What is a laterally inverted image? Answer, a image which is upside down. Answer, describe the characteristics of an image on a pinhole camera screen. Answer, the image on a pinhole camera screen is real, inverted and smaller than the object. 8. Do all surfaces reflect light? Answer, almost all surfaces reflect light to some degree. Long answer type question, what is rectilinear propagation of light? Answer, the property of light traveling in straight lines in a homogeneous transparent medium. Second question, list 3 steps which may help you in getting better image on the screen of a pinhole camera. Answer, use a smaller pinhole. The size of the pinhole affect the sharpness of the image. A small pinhole allows less light to enter, which can make the image sharpener. However, if it's too small, the image might be dim. Experiment, कंफ्यूजन नहीं करना, यहाँ पे डिम लिखा हुआ DIM, dim experiment with different sizes to find the best balance. Third question, what are the characterized of a shadow? Answer, the characterized of shadow include the shape, size, darkness and position. 4. While walking on a street at night, in what ways you can demonstrate that light travels in straight lines? Answer आपका होगा, the fact the light travels in a straight path can be demonstrated by putting an object in its path. If the object is opaque and casts a dark shadow, then it shows that light travels in a straight line. फिर आपका 5 क्वेश्चन, एट व्हाट टाइम ऑफ द डे योर शैडो विल बी शॉर्टेस्ट वाइल स्टैंडिंग इन द ओपन? आंसर, द शैडोज एट नून आर शॉर्टर देन द शैडोज इन द मॉर्निंग और इन द एक्सिनिंग एक्सिनिंग. ओके, उसके बाद है आपका 6 क्वेश्चन, what is meant by the reflection of light? Answer आपका होगा, occurs when the waves encounters a surface or other boundary that does not observe the energy of radiation and bounces the waves away from the surface. उसके बाद आपका 7, why do we not find the shadow of a flying bird on the ground? Answer, when a bird flies high up in the sky, the darkest part of its shadows, called the umbrella, does not reach the earth. 8. What is the difference between the reflection of light from a mirror and a wall? Answer, a wall is the rough surface, so the reflection by a wall is a diffuse reflection. What is a scattering of light? Answer, scattering of light is a physical phenomenon where a light ray deflects from a straight path after interacting with particles or in homogeneities in its medium. Okay. 10 question. How scattering of sunlight serves us? Answer. The selective scattering by air molecules is responsible for producing our blue skies on a clear sunny day. 11. What is the difference between a real and a virtual image? Can we get a real image from the virtual image? Answer. A real image is created with converging lenses, while a diverging lens is used for virtual image formation. Real images are inverted, whereas virtual images are erect. 12. Records three differences between the image in a pinhole camera and a mirror. Answer आपका in plane mirror image is erect. Second, the image formed by the pinhole camera is real. Third, the image formed by plane mirror is virtual. 13. In what way your image is a mirror differs from you? आंसर होगा योर मिरर इमेज डिफर्स फ्रॉम यू बिकॉज ऑफ लिटरल इन्वर्शन ऑफ ए फेनोमेनन वेयर द लेफ्ट एंड राइट साइड्स ऑफ योर इमेज आर रिवर्स्ड. कंप्लीट द हो गया completed. Okay student, I have done all question in this lesson. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. Okay. Okay student, love is bye.